Hey y'all. Happy Thursday. Is it 7 o'clock? Yes, it is. It is 7 o'clock on the dot. It's your girl V with Reality Recap. We are streaming live across Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So make sure you are on the check-in. You can comment across any of those platforms. And yes, I can see your comments. I will read them. I'm going to be reading some of y'all comments from some of my posts this week as well. But we have a ton to discuss and not a whole lot of time. We're going to go through the shows this week. We're going to go through any breaking news that has been reported this past week. But as far as shows, we're going to go through Real Housewives of Orange County. We had the season premiere. Family Empire on OWN. Love and Marriage Huntsville. Real Housewives of New Jersey. Real Housewives of Dubai. And of course, I always let you know what shows are getting ready to premiere. If we have any season premieres this week or coming up in upcoming weeks, I'll definitely go over that with you and tell you the dates. So thank you for checking in. We're going to start with news this week. It wasn't a whole lot of news, but it's a few things I wanted to touch on for y'all. Talk about the watch party. I attended Bravo's watch party this past Tuesday. They let the audience pre-screen tonight's episode of Real Housewives of Orange County, which was so good. I'm so excited for this season, so make sure you watch that tonight. So I will talk about that a little bit. So again, make sure you check in. Hi guys, happy Thursday. Again, we are streaming live across Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Check in, comment. I can see your comments. I'll read them, respond. Any questions you have, any comments you have. It's an open discussion, baby. So interact with me, please. All right. So news we have this week. The Jasmine brand exclusively reported that Nelly and Ashanti have their own reality TV show. I was about to say podcast. They have their own reality TV show coming. They will be in pre-production pretty soon, so cameras will be up. They will be filming in Nelly's hometown of St. Louis, of course. And I don't know how I felt about it at first that Nelly and Ashanti would have a reality TV show, just because Nelly had a reality TV show in the past with his ex-girlfriend, Miss Jackson. So I was like, I don't know. But, congratulations to them. They have a baby on the way. The streets are saying they're already married, even though they, are engaged. Heart of Boss. I'm deaf watching them. I love them. Yeah, I love them too. I just was like, I don't know. I just felt a little funny about it because he had did one with his ex-girlfriend. But, I love them. I'm happy for them. I'm glad, he spun the block. She spun the block and they made it happen. But yeah, the streets are saying they're already married. But, they are engaged, married, not sure. But congratulations to them. I can't wait. So when I have more about the show, as far as premiere dates, any sneak peeks, trailers, I always got you. Right? So also in news, we have for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Mauricio is legally separated from Kyle Richards, his wife. They're legally separated, and y'all know last year, we saw Kyle out here. Allegedly, she never confirmed, denied if she was actually in a relationship or dating country singer Morgan. But we saw them all over the place holding hands. Kyle demeanor changed, the way she dressed changed, everything. She was getting a bunch of tattoos. But Mauricio was spotted outside in Greece in the Mykonos airport kissing a mystery woman. TMZ caught that. And some of you were saying in my comments, I'm gonna read some of y'all comments about what y'all was saying about this. But I was actually thrilled to see him outside. I felt like she played him. I'm not getting off my throne. That man is worth a whole lot of money. And I ain't getting off my throne for no country singer and letting all these women have a go at him. But yeah, a lot of y'all had some mixed feelings about seeing him out like this. I think in the comments. Let's see. Cuban Nita Purvita said he's legally separated and has the right to live his life. That's how I was feeling. Jasmine Nicole 1506, she said he's still married and he has children. He should be showing more respect for his family than showing public displays of affection. But again, we saw Kyle out with Morgan. Did you see Morgan? You know, she's a country singer. Did you see her music video with Kyle in it? They was all over each other. So, and also their children are older. They're not small children. They're like in their 20s, 30s. I think the youngest is Portia, who is about 17, 16 years old or something like that. I mean, she's not an adult, but yeah, I mean, I was happy to see this. Some of you guys were saying, well, Mauricio, on TikTok, they were saying, like, Mauricio's been cheating for years, but it's never come to surface. No woman has ever come forward. It's never been a scandal behind it. So, I don't know, y'all. I mean, like I said, the man is worth a whole lot of money. Kyle and him have been together for well over 20 years. I just don't know if I would have left the situation, but he outside enjoying his life, locking lips, and I'm going to find out who this mystery woman is. You can believe that. But like I said, I was happy to see it. How do you guys feel about dating when you are separated? Is that not allowed if you're legally separated in a marriage? Are you supposed to stay single until your divorce is finalized? You guys let me know. I mean, if you're legally separated and your intention is to get divorced and it's just some paperwork going through, I don't really see a problem with it. I don't know. But y'all let me know your thoughts on that. But he outside, y'all, and I ain't mad at him. Now, in Vanderpump Rules news, Tom Sandoval, it was revealed this week that Tom Sandoval is suing his ex-girlfriend Ariana Madix. If you guys have been under a rock, Sandoval was heard all around. It's like the cheating scandal heard around the world. It was so big that it was even jokes about it at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, y'all. Like, it was all over the place. If you haven't heard about it, I don't know how, to be honest. But a very quick recap. Tom, Ariana, who you see right there in the corner, they were in a relationship for upward of 10 years, living together, had purchased a home together. And Tom Sandoval was on stage performing. He's in a cover band. He's the lead singer in a cover band. He was on stage. Ariana had his phone. She checked his phone and saw some allegedly explicit videos or FaceTime screen recordings that Tom had did with her best friend, Raquel, or as we know her real name now, Rachel Leviss. She found out that he was cheating with her best friend. And it was a scandal heard around the world, all because we all watch Vanderpump Rules. If you don't, I don't know why, but we all watch Vanderpump Rules. We know that this was heard around the world. But after all of this happened, Rachel sued Tom and Ariana. She sued them, claiming revenge P. You know what the P stands for, revenge. Okay, I ain't trying to get kicked off none of these channels, but she sued them for that. And now Tom countersued Ariana, who he already did this shitty thing to be honest. He countersued her saying that, well, she accessed my phone unauthorized. She copied the video and showed it to her friends and even sent it to Rachel. Honestly, I couldn't believe that he actually sued her. I was trying to figure out what was he thinking. I'm not sure. But then it came back literally minutes before I started this podcast episode. Tom put up a statement saying that his lawyer reached out to him saying that this was like a standard practice. He really didn't understand legally that he was suing Ariana, that he removed this lawyer from his legal team, and that he is not moving forward with suing Ariana. He said he's trying to move forward from this as well. is Ariana. So literally like 10-20 minutes before I went live, I read his statement. It's in my IG story if you want to read it. He's basically claiming he didn't understand what was happening and that he does not want to sue Ariana. So, because he was starting to be looked at as a bit of a D-head again. So I'm glad he came with that statement because we all over it at this point. I will say also, after I put this whole podcast together, I saw that Ariana is also being sued by an ex-business partner. You guys know her and Katie Maloney have a sandwich shop called Something About Her. And they're being sued by their ex-COO of Something About Her. That's the name of their sandwich shop. She is suing them, saying that they reneged on a deal to give her 10% based on her involvement in the creation of Something About Her. So she got out of one lawsuit, it seems like, with Tom Sandoval, but another one came following right after that this week. So more to come on what she is asking for, probably that 10% out of the lawsuit. But yes, their ex-COO is suing Ariana as well as Katie Maloney. She's suing the both of them. So yikes. Now, also, the Jasmine brand reported exclusively today that Blac Chyna and her Grammy Award-winning boyfriend, Derek Milano, are joining the cast of Love and Hip Hop Miami. I don't know too much about Derek Milano. I said I was going to look him up, and I damn sure didn't. But they are allegedly joining the cast of Love and Hip Hop Miami. I think is he relevant? And because I think he's recently won these Grammys, so trying to see. I don't know much about him. Y'all know anything about this guy, Derek Milano? But he's a Grammy Award-winning artist, and it seems like they may be joining Love and Hip Hop Miami. So I'll keep you posted. Love and Hip Hop ATL is about to air, so we'll see what's going on with Miami. Probably halfway through that, we'll probably get some trailers. The next season of Love and Hip Hop Miami, but apparently this couple will be allegedly joining that cast. Now, also in the Valley news, we know already that Jax Taylor and Brittany are separated. She's living in an Airbnb. She has been for some time. That's the kind of man Jax is. They separated, and he got her living in an Airbnb, child. But apparently they were hit with a $35,000 state tax lien. Somebody ain't paying them property taxes in Los Angeles on their $1.9 million home. So I don't know what's happening here. I don't know. It seems like there may be a struggle as far as they're separated. Who's going to pay the taxes? Who's going to pay on the house? I don't blame Brittany if she is struggling to go back and forth with him on that because she's not living there. So I don't know. And she got bills to pay in this Airbnb because she was racking up a hefty bill in this Airbnb. It ain't no little cheap Airbnb. But they were hit with a $35,000 tax lien. This information dropped today. It was recently filed by the state, I believe, on the 13th of July, but this news just dropped today. Hi, Love D Nice. Love D Nice said that's going to be one of Trick Daddy friends. He have the most random folks. They make everybody Trick Daddy friend on Love and Hip Hop Miami. And speaking of Trick Daddy and his friends, y'all saw, I put that in my story, that Safari is looking for love on Ray J's Tronics network. Ray J has his own TV network now. And it looks like, Safari will be looking for love on that network. And you guys know Erica Mena is also having her show come out. She's going to be looking for love on Zeus Network. She's in the process of finding candidates for her reality show on Zeus. So they're both in competing networks. That might have something to do with the little altercation that we saw during BET Awards. Now that I think about it, during the BET Awards, like an after party, there was some beef going back and forth, or altercation between Ray J and the Zeus Network CEO. So I'm wondering if that had anything to do with it. But they're like competing trashy networks, and yes, Safari will be looking for love on Ray J's network, and Erica's gonna be looking for love on Zeus network. Love D Nice said, "Child, he do a lot. He do everything. Yes, he do. I don't know. You talk about Ray J, but they all do a lot, to be honest." Oh, let me see. And we got some news about thank you, hubby. He's saying that Milano, which is Black China's boyfriend, I was just telling you guys, is going to be on Love and Hip Hop Miami, this couple. He says, Milano has written songs for artists including Justin Bieber, Pop Smoke, Nicki Minaj, and Megan Thee Stallion. In 2021, he won Best Rap Song at the 63rd Annual Grammy Awards. You better go, Mr. Wright, giving me all these details. Milano won Grammy in 2021 in his work in co-writing Savage Remix, okay, which is performed by Megan Thee Stallion and features Beyonce. Okay, well then yeah, all right, he is relevant in the music. That's why I'm trying to understand, well, why would he be going on Love and Hip Hop Miami? Because that's usually for, I ain't gonna say has-beens, because there's some legends on there, Trick Daddy, Trina, but that's usually something you do later in your career, or if you're trying to start a career. So I was wondering why they would be going there, especially if Black China lives in LA primarily. Well, I don't know. Maybe he's trying to kickstart his own career. You know, it looks like from what hubby's saying, he does a lot of writing and co-writing, so maybe he's trying to kickstart his own career. Maybe that's what it is, but we'll look out for that. Thank you so much. I like it when you guys talk to me. It makes me feel like I ain't sitting here talking to myself. But yeah, so okay. Derek Milano, he on the scene and going on Love and Hip Hop Miami. Well, cool. Now, I was telling you guys before we almost into the shows, Real Housewives of Orange County, Jennifer Pedrini, I don't know how to say her name, Pedronitz. She is on Real Housewives of Orange County. I actually met her Tuesday. She was at the Bravo watch party. And like I said, I saw episode 2 of Orange County, and I really want her to stand up for herself some more. I was trying to hint that to her when we was taking pictures. But she was going through a divorce on season 17. And it seems to be a long, drawn-out divorce. And finally, she was able to settle her divorce. Now, we saw in the first episode, the season premiere of season 18 of Real Housewives of Orange County last Thursday, that she was being evicted from her home. Like, she was renting a home. She was being evicted. She was kind of waiting for her spousal support to come through. And she was running low on money. Y'all know she has this yoga studio. She's saying that she was only getting paid $10 a yoga class. Like, girl, how? And you trying to live in Orange County. You talking about $10 a yoga class. Girl, I was thoroughly concerned for her. But it says that she finalized her divorce. I felt like she didn't get a lot, but then I had to think about it. We'll talk about that in a second. But it says she gets a lump sum of over $200,000. And she gets roughly about $6,000 a month. So she's getting a little more than $1,000 per month in spousal support. And then she gets about $4,600 per month in child support for their children together. I think they have, like 4 children together. So she's going to get like a little over $6,000 a month. It does say that if she gets married again, which we know she's engaged to Ryan, her new boyfriend, who is also in this scandal, which is going to come out later in this season. They picked back up cameras when this scandal broke. But if she remarries, the little over $1,000 in spousal support a month will stop. At first I was like, that ain't really a whole lot of money. But then I had to think about it. Like, she lucky she getting that, because she basically cheated on her husband and left him to be with this guy, Ryan, who I'm still trying to figure out what he do. So that's the red flags to even begin with. You'll see in episode 2 tonight. I don't want to give too much away for you. I want you guys to see it. But the red flags are going to start popping up as to how he got into this scandal. Now, the scandal, I won't say too much about it. You probably saw it when it broke, though. But apparently, there was something going on in the baseball world with a well-known baseball player who has like interpreters, and the interpreter was doing something shisty with the money, owing some like loan sharks, gambling sharks. He was into some gambling, and apparently a large sum of money, like thousands, millions, actually millions of dollars, were transferred into Ryan's account, and he got hooked up in this FBI whole investigation, allegedly. So, but yeah, the red flags are gonna start flying up as soon as you see episode 2, and probably going forward, and take us into what the hell and how the hell he got involved in that. But yeah, I was just like, man, she lucky she got that. And you'll see more in episode 2 about her financial struggles and, all the help she has to get, 46 years old and really leaning on her parents a lot for help. But, you'll see that Love D Nice said, I've been seeing the red flags. We all saw the red flags last season. Everybody was trying to tell her, don't do it. He's a womanizer, ladies' man. There was a situation where he sent a pic of his D out to everybody in his phone. Like, who was you really trying to send that to? And she still went forward with it, and she still even said yes when he proposed. So I can't wait to see more this season. But yeah, she finalized her divorce this week, and that was her settlement amount. So not much, but beggars can't be choosing when you out here cheating and leaving. Grass must not be greener on the other side. But that's what's going on in all the news this week. Now, really quickly, again, I told you guys I went to the Bravo watch party this past Tuesday. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. It really had me realizing this is what I want to do with my life. I have watched reality TV for such a long time, and just to be in the presence of other content creators, the reality TV stars, even people that work for Bravo, and asking them questions, networking. It was such a dope experience. I can't wait till they do more. I hope I get invited to more of these experiences, like, premiere parties, things like that. I really, really enjoyed myself. So we're going to speak that into existence. Y'all keep supporting, sharing, telling your friends to follow, to subscribe. It was a good time. I even got to see Vanessa from one of my favorite pages, The Real Moms of Bravo. I call her like my unofficial mentor, but she was there. A lot of huge content creators, and honestly, y'all, I was the only black girl there. So I had to show up, represent. You can tell legs was legging. I had an amazing time. And I got to see a sneak peek of $1 Million Listing new episode. I even posted for you guys. I got to see sneak peek of the sit down. We only got 2 episodes left for Real Housewives of New Jersey. I got to sneak peek, get a sneak peek of that. We had to put our phones away to watch the episode 2 of Real Housewives of Orange County when we pre-screened that, so we could not record that at all. So I wanted to follow rules so I can continue to be invited. But it is really a good episode. So you can see I took pictures with, this is Jen, who I was just talking about with her divorce settlement. And this is Melissa from Jersey. It was, a kiki of a time. And then I also got to meet Vicky, and I got to meet Shannon. And check out Bravo's page. Check out Shannon's page. Like, they posted some reels about the night. I made some cameos. I'm all over the place. Me and them legs was having a good time. But yeah, all of the reality TV stars I met was super nice, super kind. It was a good time. I really enjoyed myself. So y'all be tagging Bravo and telling them to invite me to more of this stuff. But I can't wait for the next watch party. Now let's get into Real Housewives of Orange County episode that came on last week, y'all. I be having to write notes because I watched too many damn shows. But Real Housewives of Orange County, we had the season premiere of season 18. We started off with, Shannon Beador and her DUI situation, which was the talk of the town. I really didn't like how the girls was treating her in this first episode. Like, it was kind of kicking somebody while they're already down. Almost like they were, calling her alcoholic, good, kind of glad to see this happen to her. She explained her side of the story, saying that, she got into an argument with her at the time boyfriend, John Jansen, which we're going to talk about him some more. But he said something to her like she's a drunken idiot. She got in her car, revved it up, and lost control. And she hit a house like a block or so down. She ran into the sidewalk of a house. And she, like, split her head. She, I think, like, broke her arm. She had a few things. Her dog was in the car, and she was arrested for a DUI. I don't know. Even when I met her this week and she found out that I had a podcast or that I was a reality, like, recap type page, she was saying, like, most pages don't like her. And I was telling her, I'm not like that. Ain't no judgment over here. Everybody in this room been into something or got into something. So I'm not a judgy type person. Everybody makes mistakes. Thank God nobody was hurt. She had her minor injuries, but nothing life-threatening. But yeah, like, I felt like Tamra turned on her, doesn't want to do the Tres Amigas with her anymore. They were actually in New York doing Dos Amigas, her and Vicky. They had a show last night. So yeah, I just didn't like how they were treating her. Jen also talked in this episode about being evicted from her place. So we saw that in the episode. Alexis Bellino is back, who is now dating Shannon Bedore's ex-boyfriend, John Jansen, who she calls, he's her Johnny J. She came in hot. She came in to a dinner with Heather and with Emily. And she kind of was confronting Emily about some comments that Emily made about John on a recent podcast, saying that he was a douche or something like that. And she was saying, you don't know him. And it's kind of like, well, him and Shannon dated for almost 3 years. We know more about him than we know about you. We ain't seen you on TV in almost a decade. So I'm trying to figure out. But that's what Emily was saying too. Like, girl, we know John Jansen more than we know you. But she came in hot with her he gave her a promise ring. And she was trying to tell Emily off. And Emily was like, basically, calm down. Lovedy Nice said, Johnny J about to give her hell. He another one. Yeah. Hi, Sam Sports. Hey. Yeah, I don't think she don't know him. They were only, at the time of this, they had only been dating about a month. She knows absolutely nothing about him, but that's her Johnny J. Girl, good luck with that. Honestly, Shannon seems like she was happy to, like, girl, take him. She ain't mad. You know what I mean? It might be hurtful because they weren't friends, but you in the same circle. You could be from the same show. He was saying when he was with Shannon, he didn't want to be with somebody that was in the limelight, and yet here you are with Alexis. Doesn't really make sense, but it seems a little revengeful if you ask me. But Shannon, girl, we love you. I ain't stunting Alexis one bit. And I felt like, yeah, Heather wants to be friends. I love Heather, but I felt like, she's choosing Alexis over Shannon. Tamara's doing the same thing. So we'll see how that unfolds. Gina, with her boyfriend that she's been with for some time. Wait, let's see. Lovedy Nice says, Shannon looks so damn good. I need all her doctor's info. Yeah, she, and that was the other thing. We're going to get into that, but I felt like she showed up when she knew she was going to be in the same room with Alexis. She showed up and showed out. She looked good. And, also John Jansen is suing Shannon for her facelift. He's saying he paid for her facelift and he want his money back, honey. So he's suing her for her facelift that she received. But she does look good. In person, when I saw her, she looked amazing. So good luck with that, Johnny J. But he's suing her, y'all. Terrible. But Gina, she has a longtime boyfriend, Travis. They're talking about separating. Yeah, girl. She said, what? Lovely Nice said, what? Yes, he is suing Shannon right now for her facelift. He's saying he want his coins back. But yeah, Gina is dating this guy Travis. They've been dating for a while. They actually live together. They have like a little Brady Bunch situation. Her kids, his kids. But Travis is been trying to get divorced for some time. I mean, the way Gina presents it on the show is that his ex or estranged wife is making his life hell. But I hear that Travis' wife got her own money. Her she's rich. Her family's rich, and he's the one not signing the paperwork, as if he's fighting for some type of money. But they are living together. You know, Gina didn't get a whole lot of money out of her divorce. And she's getting into real estate, trying to get her business together, and they have a small home with their children. And I guess she was saying that was cool back then. Her children's getting older, they need their own rooms, and she's thinking about separating from him. She's not sure if she wants to break up with him, but she wants to live separately and give her children more space in their own rooms, which rightfully so. I think it's the right thing to do. They don't have to break up. It seems like they may go down that road, looking at the season trailer. But yeah, that's what's going on with Gina. She's trying to get her real estate business built, her portfolio built, and she's thinking about leaving her long-term boyfriend. Heather threw a soiree. I like to call it a soiree because y'all know Heather is all about the opulence and the money, honey. She got that big. So she threw this nice New Year's soiree. Shannon came in, like we was just saying. Shannon came in dressed to the nines in her Givenchy dress, looking amazing. Her Versace platform shoes. And she even joked about it. Like somebody was saying how good she looked at the watch party in that scene, and she was saying how Alexis came in looking like a bargain basement pageant queen. She was going in. I said, you better go ahead, Shannon. But she came in, definitely won the face card, and she first apologized to Gina because Gina also has a DUI, which we saw many seasons ago, where she had to do like her whole DUI alcohol schooling and everything. Gina stopped drinking, but at the time, honestly, Shannon gave her a hard time about that and was saying like, who gets a DUI in this day of Ubers and Lyfts? Like, why would you do that? And then here Shannon is in the same boat. So she humbled herself, apologized to Gina, and you know, it seemed like they have made amends. And you'll see more of that in this upcoming episode tonight. And then she also mentioned this at the watch party. She went to Alexis first in this past episode and pulled her aside to talk. And she said she felt like she needed to do that so that she could be the one with the upper hand. And I was like, all right, we playing chess, not checkers. So that's what she did. And she went ahead and pulled her aside. And Shannon was pretty much, she didn't even bring up Mr. Johnny J. Right? She was just basically saying like, you tried to sue me, or you were involved in a lawsuit back in the day when Alexis was married to her ex-husband. Her ex-husband sued Shannon and Tamara for like defamation of character. She's saying that Alexis' signature was on it, and she had to fight that legal battle while she was also in the middle of a divorce, and she wasted $300,000 in legal fees fighting this lawsuit. So with that said, Alexis is saying, no, it ain't got nothing to do with that. First of all, she was saying she ain't have nothing to do with the lawsuit. Shannon saying her name is on the paperwork. Tamara came out after the show saying that Alexis' name is not on the paperwork. So we gonna need Shannon to dig up them old nasty receipts, girl, and let us know what's really tea. But, you know, Alexis was saying, no, it's not about that. You're mad because I have your ex-boyfriend. There's a door, Shannon, with door. She got real aggressive and real rude, and Shannon wasn't even trying to go there with her. So she honestly, in my opinion, made herself look whack. So you'll see part 2 of that discussion tonight when the new episode airs. That's how we're going to start off this episode, finishing up that party that that Heather threw. So we're going to talk about the episode next week. I want y'all to see it. Make sure you watch. Like I said, it's really going to be a good season, and episode 2 does not disappoint. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. Now, Deb's House, I will say, I'm not going to say much about Deb's House because I ain't been watching it. I'm going to binge watch and catch up. It seems like they're towards the end doing their final performances, and she's probably going to make a decision soon. But I was starting to feel like these rappers were ungrateful. I didn't like the way they was talking to Deb. Yeah, they was talking to her like they was Nicki Minaj or something. They really ungrateful for everything that she's been doing for them and picking and choosing what competitions they want to take part in. It was getting a little sloppy for me. So I'm going to catch up on it and we'll talk about it next week. But I ain't watched it in about 2 weeks. So I'm going to binge that and watch it. Family Empire, I still like this show. It's still warming up. It's still revving up. It's getting there. Really not too much this episode, but Nicole here in the tan, she's looking to adopt a child. So, she's talking through that process, and she talked to the head of the family, her grandmother, Oscarine, and found out that she also was adopted, and she talked about that experience. And then also the three ladies sat down. Nicole has a half sister who is the same age of her. So it's like her father might have been out in the streets a little bit, but they have like a strained relationship. They're trying to fix that. And her half sister Keisha has a partner, a girlfriend, and they all sit down and talk to her. And it was a little awkward. They were saying how they wanted to be honest with Keisha's girlfriend about how they didn't like how when Keisha's mom passed, her partner was like blowing up her phone and calling and her partner is saying, well, y'all don't know what she had did to me. So that's unfolding. But it's a good show. Again, I like the Black Excellence. They have like the #1 black brokerage in Houston, Texas. They sell a lot of nice real estate. Their family has their own real estate. They just show you how to get to the bag in different ways from a real estate perspective. And the drama, they have some land that their grandmother owns that they want to buy and build on it. And their parents, they call them the G2 generation or G1 generation. They want to keep the land or to sell the land, because Oscarine, the grandmother, says she wants to sell that land and pay off all her immediate children's homes. So all of their homes are paid for. So it's starting to warm up with the drama, but I do enjoy watching it on Fridays right now. It's going to take a backseat soon because Love After Lockup is about to start coming back on. I'm still going to watch it, but it's going to be after that. So if you're not watching it, let's support our black shows. Family Empire Houston comes on Fridays on OWN Network, on Oprah's network. So check that out. Love and Marriage Huntsville is still one of my top shows. This week we saw Miss Nell go to therapy with her family. I thought that was touching. She did not want to go. She went, she opened up, and that to me went well. Latricia's husband, Marquez, who I didn't think we were going to see this season. They're separated, another separated situation, but she's dating someone else and wants to get married. They have been separated. Honestly, it seems like for some years. I forget the number, but they have been separated for at least 6 years. She's now ready to move forward with the divorce so she can marry this guy she's with, Ken. And Marquez, I don't know, he came in with a whole lot of excuses like, I don't like Ken. I don't like that he's in the house helping and taking care of my children. But you left, bruh. You are admitting you left. You didn't want to be there. You went somewhere else. So she started dating. She found someone else, and that's who she wants to be with. So I told you it's scary when Marcel is the one making the most sense. He said, but ultimately, if you leave the house, you leave your wife and your children. Even if you're there, you're not going to be in the house with them. So she is going to have the right to date and be with someone else. So he just seems very immature to me. They met up to discuss getting divorced, and he was like, all right, so you gonna split it with me? Is you gonna go half on the divorce? Like, but you the one that left, bruh. Why she gotta give you half? But she was just like, yeah, I'm gonna give you half. So she probably just ready to get out of it. But It was a good conversation they had. I mean, he also was trying to insinuate that this guy Ken that she's dating now was around and lurking in the shadows until he got his chance. Well, Marquez, you gave him the chance, bruh. Like, you left. So he if he was waiting in the wings at the gym where she was going to work out, you gave him ample opportunity to slip right on in there, and that's what the hell he did, and he gonna bag up a good thing. So sorry for you. We still trying to figure out because Latricia Martell mentioned that Latricia came over to his house. It's been some weird tension between them every time they're in the room together, and I don't know what that is about. But he's saying that she came over to the house, but nothing happened. So we trying to get in there and see what's going on there. Hmm. But more episodes to come of Love and Marriage Huntsville every Saturday. That also is coming on. It's I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I think it's a good season so far. I have no complaints. We're going to see what else unfolds this season with Sunny and Moses and Destiny and Martell. A whole lot to come. So make sure y'all keep it locked with that. Now, what other shows came on besides that? Real Housewives of New Jersey. Yes, Real Housewives of New Jersey. This was a good episode. We started with Margaret and Dolores. Dolores confronting Margaret about the things that Jackie had told her that Margaret said some nasty things about Dolores and her dude Paulie. She admitted to saying like two minor things, and it's like, girl, if you said that, you said a lot more. We all know how Margaret can be. I think she said a whole lot more than what she copped to in that conversation. I ain't gonna lie, I don't think too highly of Paulie right now. It seems like to me he wants Dolores to go into this electric company with him or whatever, and it's almost as if she has to. She's at an age of retirement. She's worked, flipped houses, done, and now he want her to start a whole new business from scratch in a field she knows nothing about, and saying like, well, if you want me to propose to you, basically start this business so it can pay for your ring. Like, huh? I don't know. I'm side-eyeing Paulie myself. I don't know if he is right for her, but that's what Margaret copped to, and I think it's a whole lot more to that. I don't trust that at all. But they had their conversation and seemed to have squashed their beef. What else? We have Melissa's fashion show, and some of y'all saying she had a fashion show with no fashions, y'all. She is not a designer, but she sells clothes within her store. Y'all know she has the Envy store. It's not her own made things, but yeah, like y'all play too much. Talking about she had a fashion show with no fashions. I cannot. But she had her fashion show. At the fashion show, Jackie was there, and Margaret was telling her how Melissa sent, Margaret, Rachel, Dolores. She sent them outfits from Envy. Danielle sent them all outfits from Envy to wear. And Jackie got extremely upset. She went stomping off. And that's why I told y'all, I'm really concerned about Jackie, y'all. Like, I don't think she really wants to be friends with Teresa or Jen. Like, I feel like with Jackie, I am happy that, she wrote her book and she may have dealt with her eating disorder. But I said this to you guys before. I feel like it's like, how an addict is addicted to one thing, they let that go and then they get addicted to something else. I feel like she's addicted to being on this TV show. And you can see how she just comes in and wants to be in every scene and stopping conversations like, hello, like I'm here. Like, I really truly feels like she'll do anything to stay on this show. She was very upset when she was demoted from a housewife to friend of. She kind of took that out on Danielle, hating on Danielle when she came in as the new housewife. But I'm truly concerned for Jackie and if she really should continue on this show. But she seems like she is hanging on for dear life. She'll be friends with whoever. And she felt like it was better for her to be friends with Teresa and Jen to stay on this show. But she was extremely upset about that. And Jen threw a little shade at the fashion show, at Melissa's fashion show, and I caught that shade and put it in my pocket. But she was saying how Melissa had all female models at this last fashion show that aired, when previously we would see male and female models. And y'all know last season it was like this alleged rumor that Melissa had got caught in a car kissing some guy, cheating on Joe. And apparently, allegedly, the guy she was kissing was a model in the fashion show last time. Whoop! I'm waiting for Melissa to address that. I should have asked her that but they was like, take a picture and we had to move on because it was a long line. But I really truly think it might be something to do that. But I'm waiting for Melissa to address that and why she only had female models. I was saying, well, maybe she only had female clothes this time. I don't know. But I'm waiting for her to address that. Love D Nice said, when Jackie finds out that what Tree got going on, she gonna be hurt. But definitely agree, Jackie needs to take a season off. I don't know. Because Jen was on Watch What Happens Live. Was it Sunday? And she was saying that it did start out where they decided to befriend Jackie, to use her because they wanted any and everybody to go against Margaret. But in the midst of that, they found real friendship and they're truly friends. So it seems like she already, is seeing what's unfolding, but they've gotten through that. They've swum through the shit to get to the shore. I don't know. But she's saying that they truly are friends and like each other. I don't believe it. I think Jackie just needs to be somebody's friend so she can stay a friend of on this show. But yeah, I don't know. Jackie's holding on. We'll see. But yeah, I caught that tea, Jen. Now, I was saying, Jen, you just made up with Melissa. And now here you are spilling some tea. But it was some good tea. I sipped it. Put that right on in my pocket. We're going to come back to that. I'm going to probably, when Melissa's on Watch What Happens Live, I'm going to ask that question on Twitter, or what is it called, X? I'm gonna ask that question so they can ask her on the show, like, what's up with that? Also, I thought which was nice. Danielle and her children, they did a music video for Kids Bop, and I was like, how I get my kids on Kids Bop? Because it seemed like they shot that right down here in Newark. I want to know how I get my kids on Kids Bop. But that was so cute. I just wanted to mention I thought that was dope. She got her daughter and son into that. She thought she wasn't going to be able to make, because also in this episode we saw Teresa did her first live podcast for her podcast show Namaste Bitches, which is actually no longer. Her and her co-host parted ways and she started a new podcast. I think it's called Flipping Tables or something like that, from her famous flipping of the table and her argument with Danielle. But yeah, Danielle made it down to Atlantic City. Jen thought that Danielle wasn't going to be there, but Danielle showed up. And you guys know, y'all commented, it's gotten over 80,000 views of Danielle and Jen's argument and Danielle mollywopping Jen up the side of her head. So 80,000 views. Y'all was commenting like crazy on whose side y'all was on, but Jen was there. Danielle comes in. Jen is telling someone her side of the story about what happened in that fight. I was saying it wasn't totally accurate in my opinion. But, long story short, they got into some words. Jen said something Danielle didn't like. Danielle got in her face. You motherfucker, you motherfucker. Jen pushed her. Danielle swung. So she was telling her story to someone. Danielle overheard that. So when Teresa took a break on the podcast, she had like an intermission. She had Dolores, Jackie, Jen, Danielle in her like dressing room. And Teresa said she wanted them to make up. Jen immediately was offended by that. Like, why do you want me to make up with her? I don't let you or force you to make up with people that you don't want to make up with. And even before that started, Danielle immediately came out and was like, oh, because the podcast was in a cathedral is where they were discussing it, but where they were having the live podcast. But Danielle was like, I'm surprised this building ain't set on fire with you in here, Jen. And she kind of was egging her on. So it was just not a good situation. Dolores was trying to be coming between, like, this not about that right now. Jen was upset and they were going back and forth. Danielle walked out and she said before she walked out, she was like, by the way, you look like shit tonight. was just egging her on, bruh. And she was falling for the bait. So she got upset. She stood up. She was talking to Teresa like, and you want me to be friends with that trash? She's a clown. And Dolores stepped in like, you're not going to yell at Teresa. You're not going to talk to her like that. So overall, you'll see, I'm going to post a sneak peek for you of this upcoming episode where Jen just feel like nobody has her back in the situation. Like nobody's riding for her as hard as she ride for them. So stop riding so hard for people. I don't know what to tell you, but I told you I ain't on nobody's side in this situation. It was a fair fight to me. Jen hit first, or Jen pushed first, but at the end of the day, Danielle was about this close in her face. When you get into someone's personal space, you can't control how that person reacts. And her reaction was a push. Your reaction was a right hook. Fair game. If it was me, we would have kept on fighting. Jennifer walked away from it, and I'm not giving nobody a chance to hit me. You come that close, it's on. So I don't know what to tell you. I ain't on nobody's side. And one or the other. It was a fair fight, in my opinion. Also, I wanted to say with this podcast, Teresa like read out of her diary on stage. The words were big as hell in this book, and it was pretty much saying how, you know, her thoughts on family, and it was almost like she was trying to get a sympathy vote. I love Teresa, but it felt like she was trying to get a sympathy vote on her situation with her and her brother and Melissa not talking. So I thought that was a little weird to have that as a topic. If y'all moved on, they both be acting so unbothered, but also bothered at the same time. So I'm not sure, but what the hell is going on there? But it was a good episode. We have 2 episodes left. Like I said, I posted you guys, I got a sneak peek of these upcoming episodes. There is no formal reunion this season because the cast is so divided. So they have a sit down, and Andy Cohen, Daddy Cohen, said that the finale episode is so good, it kind of addresses everything that they really didn't need a finale. So they are doing, they didn't need a reunion, but they are doing like a twist to a reunion where they're going to watch the season finale separately in their little friendship groups. I think that was already taped last Monday, I believe. It was already taped, but they're going to watch it separately, and we're going to get their reactions, and we're going to go from there. Andy has also been very vocal saying that he does believe the cast needs a shakeup. Y'all know it's been a whole lot of stuff going on with bloggers saying that Teresa and Jen allegedly paid them to post, you know, nasty rumors and stories about the castmates. I ain't getting involved in that. All these other pages can, but I'm pretty sure they're not the first housewives to do that. I already told y'all how I feel about that. I'm sure others do that, but Daddy Andy seemed a little upset about that. And Jen kind of seemingly admitted to it when she was on Watch What Happens Live. So he said that the cast definitely needs a shakeup. For sure, we know this entire cast will not be back next season. This season was extremely short because it's so hard to get them to film together that, you know, it's an extremely short season. And we will see what happens. Who stays? Will it be Teresa? Will it be Melissa? Who will stay along with them? But he has been very vocal in his interviews this past week saying there will definitely be a cast shakeup. So we'll see what's to come. But I gave y'all a sneak peek of the sit down. They're going to be at this steakhouse, well-known steakhouse in Jersey called Rails. Hell, I want to go there and eat. But it's going to be a good season finale. It starts off with Jen and Danielle trying to talk through their fight. So check that out on my page. I posted it Tuesday. It's going to be, the next 2 episodes I think are going to be really, really good. I have not given up on Jersey, and I do think they will not disappoint. So y'all make sure y'all tune in Sunday. I'm going to give y'all a sneak peek. What else do we got? Basketball Wives. Child, Basketball Wives. Y'all know Jen is planning her wedding to this guy, Christian. Somebody tell me, what does Christian do? What does he do for a living, y'all? I'll wait. Somebody tell me what Christian does for a living. We don't know. The streets are alleging he's a scammer. Allegedly. but I don't know what he do. And anybody wearing a beanie 24/7 in LA can't be trusted, in my opinion, anyway. But they are planning their wedding. They were looking at invitations. She wants a opulent wedding out in Paris. He looked like he's sweating bullets because the budget just keep going up and up and up and up, and he can't afford this. He got to steal more credit cards or something. Allegedly, y'all. I don't want to get in no trouble, but what does he do? You tell me. But that's what's going on. Jen is planning her wedding. They are moving forward with it. In recent pictures on her page, she had a bridal shower. So they're moving forward with it. It's coming up pretty soon. But he looked like he's sweating bullets. He's like stressing about the guest list and how many people on the guest list. All of that. They're going to premarital counseling. And yeah, it's shaky to me. I don't know. I don't want to wish no bad on nobody's love and marriage, but when you're not in something and you're on the outside watching it, you just be like, it's some red flags, y'all. But I wish her all the best. We're going to see how this goes. Brooke met with Evelyn, the investigator. Y'all know Evelyn trying to get her hours to be a PI. That's her story on a show called Basketball Wives. Again, nobody on this show was actually dating anybody in the basketball realm except for Jackie dating Doug Christie. Or married to Doug Christie, I should say. Love Deep Night said, I hope he don't rob Jen for all she got. I hope he don't either, because you know she already got scammed once and the man stole a Range Rover from her. I don't know, child, but she need to tread lightly. But yeah, Evelyn trying to get her hours to be a private investigator. Brooke has a son. She has a few children, but she has a son that it seems like she's kind of peeling back the layers of that relationship to us on this season, where they don't get along much. And he may have a child that he hasn't told Brooke about, and Brooke wants Evelyn to investigate that. That's what we're doing on Basketball Wives. We're investigating family matters, child. I need it. This is where a cash shakeup needs to be. Jersey too, but this is where the cash shakeup. We need actual. I keep telling y'all this. We need actual Basketball Wives, opulence, PJs. They need to be on private jets, going to games. There needs to be some scandals, some groupie bitches that they getting cheated on with, like something. This is just not it for me. But I'm hanging on in there. But the ratings are not good, y'all. I don't see how they're gonna get another season unless they shake things up. But Evelyn and her PI investigation stuff, she met up with Cheyenne, which is Jackie's friend, trying to get some more dirt on Jackie, because y'all know she allegedly found out in the past episode that Jackie was selling cat back in 1987, and she's using that as part of her storyline. But like, aren't half of them selling cat or have sold cat in the past? Like, Evelyn been with a million. She been with a basketball player, football players. She been with MLB players. All like, Brooke went on a date last week, a first date, and the dude gave her a Chanel. Like, come on, ain't y'all selling cat? Like, what is you talking about? But yeah, Evelyn met up with Jackie's friend Cheyenne. Cheyenne didn't really give her she didn't give her no tea at all. I was happy to see that she didn't give her no tea. But she met up with her and acting like she want to be this girlfriend. Hey, biggest boss June, what's up? Thank you for dropping in. But yeah, she act like she want to be this girlfriend when no, you just want dirt on Jackie. So knock it off. Stop it. Brandy hosted a dinner. I'm tired of Brandy in this cookbook, y'all. We on like season 3 or 4 of her trying to do a cookbook and keep hosting these dinners where she's talking about food that's supposed to be in this cookbook that has not come to fruition yet. But she hosted a dinner. Jackie was not able to come, and Evelyn took that opportunity to let everybody know that she dug up that Jackie was selling cat back in 1987, and all of them acting like this is CNN breaking news. Jackie's friend was there, the girl Cheyenne, and she ain't really say nothing. She said it. She was like, I don't want to see it. Like, if I'm there with one of mine and my friend ain't there and y'all gonna start, so I would have smacked that motherfucking phone out her hand. Like, what? 1987? Bitch, mind your business. Now, Evelyn, she tried to break down and cry at the end, and she's saying that she dug up this information, or she just keep going back to when Jackie had made a comment in a past season about, she said something to the effect like, well, what if I believed everything that's on the internet, like how they say your daughter is a builder whore? And she's saying that that's what she's using to justify why she's pulling up this information or investigating Jackie. I don't know. You guys, is that tomato? I don't know. Is it the same thing? She didn't go investigating nothing about Evelyn's daughter, but this is something that was being said on the internet. I mean, honestly, they calling her a builder whore now. I ain't saying it's true, but that's what they saying. You know, they're saying she's pregnant by the game, and it's, y'all not saying the nicest thing about this girl on the internet. Y'all never really have been anyway, but y'all ain't saying nothing nice about the girl. So is she gonna dig up dirt on all y'all? That's what I want to know. You know, congratulations. I posted in my story that, you know, the people are saying that she's allegedly even pregnant with twins, and that again it's alleged that the game is the baby father. But that's the last man we saw her with, or being, you know, sneaking out of dinners with. So I'm like 99% sure that that's the baby father as well, but she is not letting us know that. But I don't know. Like I said, it ain't got nothing to do with basketball relationships. We ain't seen nobody go to a basketball game. We ain't seen nobody basketball husband night. Nothing. Everything but. Nobody's dating anybody in the NBA. Giselle, fiance, ain't even in the WNBA. She's playing overseas. We barely see her. I keep telling y'all this. Like, we need a cash shake up here. I don't know what else to tell you, because the ratings are terrible. Woo, it's 8 o'clock and I still got one more. We just gonna go over Real Housewives of Dubai really quickly. You know, we start off with Brooks apologizing to her friend Talene that she brought in the show this year. She was like turned over this new leaf, and by the end of the show, her and Talene was fighting. I gave y'all a highlight of that. Talene was told by Lisa that Brooks called her a beggar. Brooks is saying that Talene begged to be on this show. I don't know how I feel about Talene, because I keep telling y'all I don't like when you're brought on the show by a friend and then you turn on that friend and start chilling with her like frenemies. That ain't cool to me. That speaks to your character. But yeah, by the end of the show, Talene was asking her like, "Oh, you called me a beggar." They start going back and forth. Talene's husband jumps in it, which I did not like. He was cursing at Brooks, getting in her face. You know, I don't really care too much for Brooks, but I didn't like that. To me, Brooks, I'm never going to say you need a man to be happy, but Brooks is working nonstop at this glass house, her spa that she has. She needs a good manager, because she's working from sun up to sundown. Even her son says she's not spending no time with him. She has no companion. Did you see the way she was looking at old girl? She had a dude come that she's dating. I thought she was going to steal a man from her. Honestly, the way she was looking at him, like she needs a companion, because there's some built up frustration and she's taking out on all of these girls. But they was out in the Dubai streets yelling, cussing, smoking cigarettes. Like, you could get arrested for that in Dubai. Honey, what are you doing? But we'll see where it goes. Their friendship is definitely not mended even today, because she was on Watch What Happens Live recently as well, talking hella shit. Brooke's been talking hella shit in every interview that she does. But it's starting to get good, but the ratings are not good for Real Housewives of Dubai neither. Why y'all not watching? We ain't gonna have nothing to watch, y'all, if y'all don't be watching these shows. But Lisa's feeling stressed in her role as a mom and a wife, and her business. You know, she's trying to keep her business together, because if she wants a plan B, if anything ever happens with her and her husband, they're good. He's a great husband to her. Love him. But she still want her plan B. I can't blame her. So she has invited all the girls to go to Bali. They leave next episode. So we're going to see where Talene and Brooks leave off with this fight they had and ruined Stanbury's housewarming. She kicked everybody out. But Dubai is finally starting to have some tea and be good. So y'all give it a chance before we ain't got nothing to watch, except for damn Basketball Wives or something like that. But, you know, new episodes on Tuesdays. I always give you a sneak peek. But that is all the shows that I watched this week. Whew, y'all. I done talked a whole lot. Now, before I go, I always let you know new shows or season premieres that are coming. So I told you earlier, Love and Hip Hop ATL will be back next week, July 23rd. So look out for Love and Hip Hop ATL. I gave y'all the season trailer for that. Look like it's going to be all right. A little drama, a little tea. With Rashida and Kurt and him allegedly going, he backsliding with that side baby mama. And, Bambi scrapped their divorce and everything. So it looks like it's going to be a little spicy. So Love and Hip Hop ATL on July 23rd. Also, Surreal Life Villa of Secrets will be coming on MTV on July 23rd. I gave y'all the trailer earlier today. Check that out. I think this is going to be good too. We always find out the backstories behind the celebrities that's in Surreal Life, and this, any scandals that they were in, we hear their side of the story. So I'm going to be tuned into that on MTV. Again, that's Surreal Life Villa of Secrets. That has Kim Zolciak on there from Real Housewives of Atlanta. OT Genesis, Macy Gray, I don't know his name, but Tom Hanks' son, the one that was, had his little fake Jamaican accent on all over the place. He's going to be on there, and a few others, so I'll be tuned into that. One of my favorites, Love After Lockup, will be premiering Friday, July 26th. We actually had one of the cast members that's going to be on this upcoming episode. She stopped past my live tonight. Heart of Boss, thank you so much for stopping by and commenting. So, give me an interview, girl. She gonna be on this. That's probably gonna be my first interview. I'm gonna reach out to her. But Love After Lockup will be premiering July 26th. Also, we have the Braxtons. They will be returning to our TVs August 9th on WeTV. Following the death of one of their sisters, Tracy, who, they're saying she wanted them to go back and tell her legacy and do this show. So we will get into that. Also, I gave you guys a sneak peek. We have a new show, Wigging Out with Tokyo Styles, that will be coming on WeTV August 24th. Tokyo Styles is a celebrity hairstylist. She always does Cardi B hair. A bunch of other celebrities, she does their hair as well. She's going to have her own show, kind of giving us the behind the scenes of when she's doing hair, high pressure situations, growing her business and her brand. I'm looking forward to this. You guys had a positive reaction to this on Instagram and on TikTok, so I will be tuned in and recapping that for you guys. Again, that is Wigging Out with Tokyo Styles, and that will come on August 24th. Now, y'all, that's all the shows, season premieres that are on the way. I appreciate y'all for hanging with me. I always got to plug myself. I'm doing promotions on my page. I reach the people. We are continuously growing every week. So if you have a business or a product that you want me to promote, my prices are here. You can reach out. My contact information is in my bio. I appreciate you. I'm also looking for sponsors for my podcast. So if you want me to promote your brand, your business, your product each week on my podcast every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, reach out to me and let's discuss it, y'all. Now, that is my show for this week. I appreciate everybody for checking in, commenting. I will be back next week wrapping up all these shows again and recapping it for you. That's every Thursday. Come right here with your girl, streaming live across YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. You can comment and interact. And make sure you go to my YouTube channel, subscribe, like my videos, share. I always say tell a friend to tell a friend. And I'm going to start ending my podcast every week with this quote. Remember, guys, reality TV stars are humans too. Remember that, all right? See y'all next Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all have a great, safe weekend. See y'all next week. Peace.